Mr. Davis, a lot of companies now are offering a 401k, a Roth option in their 401k. So, what kind of advice do you give people when they're making a decision to invest in traditional versus a Roth 401k?
Well, it's a very good question, and it's an issue that we're focusing on in our work with clients. It really comes down to when you pay the taxes. A Roth 401k allows you to use after-tax contributions to build up your retirement plan. And a traditional 401k, you're taking a deduction for the contribution. So you're not paying the tax when you make the contribution. Unlike the Roth, you pay the tax then. What most people don't realize, though, if you were to graph the level of contributions to a 401k, the contribution is the smallest part. The growth inside the plan is the next largest part. And the distribution at retirement is by far the largest amount, the largest number. So the government will allow you to deduct the contribution on the smallest part and come back to tax you on the largest part when you retire. So we're actually telling people that there really isn't an all or nothing choice. And I think the best advice might be to, because you don't want to forego all of the shelter on your current income, especially if you are in a high tax bracket, a high earning bracket now, the contribution or the deduction is useful. But when you retire, you have to realize that the money coming out is going to be subject to tax at whatever rate the tax authorities have set at that point, and that could be a large number in the future. It's unpredictable.
So the advantage of the Roth is that you've already paid the taxes.
Correct.
So when you take the money out, it's not taxed.
That is correct.
Okay. So do you give different advice at different age groups? I mean, do you say, as you get older, you should take more advantage of the Roth, or when you're younger? I mean, does the age matter when it comes to Roth?
Well, I think older people can benefit from a Roth as well as younger people. Normally, it is thought that when you're young, you're in a relatively low tax bracket, so you don't miss the deduction as much. But even if you are, and if you anticipate being in a higher tax bracket in the future, then the Roth makes sense, especially if you have a lot of time. But increasingly, as people are older, since the contribution limits have been increased, if older people have enough set aside that they're making maximum contributions, a Roth might be attractive for them as well. And so especially if they know that they can use it for, let's say you have 10 or 15 years before you retire, that's enough time to get some real leverage in a Roth plan.